Let's take a look at some post-it notes. Oh, there's more. Hello. These have been piling up. They've been piling up like the piles in my anus. That's a genuine problem that happens. Be careful. Apparently sitting down too much can do... That's literally all I do. How am I supposed to protect myself from hemorrhoids? From when all I do is sit down. I guess I should get out and do more. These, just like the swollen, bloody veins in my anus, these have been piling up here amongst... I have like a little area of pens and such. I have some pots of pens and then my drawing board. But between those, there's a moat. Like castles have. A moat filled with pens and such, which are usually like my go-to sort of pens. That are just quick availability, you know. They're right there if and when I need them. And, you know, everything's within arm's reach anyway, so it's not really much of a hassle. But then, you know, I write notes on a post-it note and I just fling it here. Sometimes it's useful things to know, information, addresses and websites and things I need to go to, or post-it notes containing the names of the winners of raffles and such. Sometimes a fucking knife, you fuck, I'll cut you open. And also post-it notes containing just things. And I thought it might be fun to have a look through some of my ideas. These could go back months, I don't even know. First off, we've got Deluxe Natural Calico, which is a really funny idea I came up with, which is to paint over some patches on my walls which were miscoloured. And the information I had from my landlady was that this is the colour of paint she used originally to paint the walls, and so that wasn't actually a creative note. That was just to remember to take to the shop to say, I need this colour of paint, please, and then I got it, and it covered up just fine. Hey, wow! What have we got? What else? Free popcorn chicken! Wow! Oh, this is actually one of my most recent ones, so it makes sense that it's basically on the top. That was a story I was going to tell. See, these are notes. Sometimes I write down, oh, remember to say this on the podcast, because that'll be fun. That'll be a really interesting story about the time I got a free popcorn chicken from KFC. Maybe you had to be there, but I'll tell it anyway. I went to KFC, and all I got was just a little popcorn chicken, little box popcorn chicken, whatever, you know. So I was like, I got my popcorn chicken, and then I stood to the side while my friend was ordering their food, and I had my arms folded, and I had my popcorn chicken sort of under my armpit, just holding it there, just because I had my arms folded while I was waiting patiently. Evidently, it looked like I was still waiting for my food. So a different person went, oh, hey, sorry for the wait, here's your popcorn chicken, and handed me another popcorn chicken. And I was like, oh my God, wait, do I say, oh no, I already got it, or do I take it? So I kept my one arm under my armpit holding my popcorn chicken, slyly hiding it away, and with my other hand, I reached out and grabbed the second popcorn chicken, and I went, oh, thanks very much. And then I folded my arms again, but held the second popcorn chicken out. I thought I best not risk trying to get a third popcorn chicken by hiding that. I'll go with the two. But I got a free popcorn chicken. Maybe it's technically stealing. I don't know. I don't fucking care. Fuck them. Flesh Bob Cult Book. I meant to say these things in like the last few podcasts. Flesh Bob Cult Book. I was thinking that Flesh Bob Cult story that was like 20 panels of. I think I've got it here. I won't go through all of it. But this one, the one with the cult going on, and then Flesh Bob showed up and he chopped her head off accidentally. Oh, he was trying to save her, but he accidentally chopped her fucking head off. Ooh. Oh, my microphone needs adjusting. Does this make funny noise? I was thinking about turning that into a very, very small little square book. Just maybe by sort of November time, and then it's a gift for Christmas. Just a fun little gifty gift, maybe. I don't know. I might look into that. I also thought a comic calendar. I did a calendar previously. I've gone over why it didn't work out too well. I did think if I made another one, I wouldn't want to do just like another Butts calendar. It might be a bit like overkill. I don't know. Not overkill, but just done it already. I did think what I could do, because getting them printed before, it was quite expensive to have like wire-bound proper calendars made. What I could do is get it printed in the same way I do my comics, because it would only need to be 24 pages, maybe 28 including covers and stuff. Because you do get calendars that are staple bound, and then they have a hole in the top of the page and you hang it up. So it would be a bit of a pain in the arse, but I could hole punch them all. So just get them printed as comics, hole punch them all, and then they're good to go as calendars. It would be comic book size, but you open it up and it's, so it would arrive like this. It would say ewan something 2022 calendar or whatever, and then you open it up and there's a hole punch here, and it's art and a calendar and all shit for all the months. And I thought maybe I could do it of like collages of paintings and stuff. Maybe try to make it themed, maybe colour themed every month. Drawings and paintings all over the place. I could take the time, if I had the time, maybe to draw and paint things specifically for the calendar, or I could just sort of collage drawings and paintings I've already got. But again, time is not something I've got a lot of spare at the moment. So that was an idea. Maybe I'll do something with it. Maybe I won't. Look, a foot with a spike going through it, like they stood on a spike. Ouch! Ooh, like Home Alone. Where's my notebook? My notes book, sorry, because it's not a notebook. It's my notes, plural, book, with all of my notey notes in it. Ooh. Exciting. Rhymes with gun Viking, thumb Viking, tongue Viking, son, bum Viking, cum Viking. A stand-up tragedist. Oh, like instead of a stand-up comedian. That's a funny idea. Replace the word money with monkey. That would be funny, wouldn't it? Film with skateboarding in at the end of every scene, more and more absurd. Cool, fun notes, Ewan. Popcorn chicken story, in you go. Foot with a spike in it, in you go, into the book. Wow. What else have we got? This whole thing is bigger than you. I'm average height. That was quite a funny idea. That's like a trope in films and shows and stuff where the hero, the protagonist, they're doing something and it's all like, I've got to do the thing, I've got to save the world, and then their friend, the plucky girl with the dyed bit of her hair, grabs him by the shoulders and goes, listen, you're not strong enough. This whole thing, the whole plot, it's bigger than you. I thought it'd be really funny to have that happen, but then have the protagonist go, I'm average height. Stop saying everything's bigger than me. I'm 5'10". It's average height, okay? I'm not tall, okay? I know that. Fine, yeah, I'm not tall. But you don't have to keep fucking digging at my average height. And then the girl would be like, no, I meant like, I wasn't poking at you for your height again. I was just saying. It's funny, get it? Comic. Seeing adult magazines as a kid. Oh, and then running home to draw them. More on that later. A ghost story. That's a film I want to see. It's about a guy who wears a sheet and walks around because he's dead. Literally. The I Hate You heart. That was a really good one, actually. I was really happy with that. Arthelete. Like athlete, but for artists. Could I be an arthelete? Because I know there's those drawing contests and it's kind of like competitive drawing, I guess, but like, could I become like an arthelete and I get gold medals in drawing an entire comic in 24 hours? That would be fucking cool. I don't know. It's just an idea. Star seeds. I mentioned that I got a message from someone referring to themselves as a star seed, and it just made me laugh and despair in equal measure. The Cho Show. I did watch the Cho Show. I meant to give my review of that. Maybe I still will. Licking face painting. I don't know what that is. I've no clue what licking face painting is. Lil drawing tutorial, Lil Shadows. That's something I do mean to do. It was going to go, and it still will go, in the How to Draw Comics book I will be working on, which, FYI, I guess, has been pushed back because I've not had the mental capacity to get towards putting that together. I need to set up GoFundMe to try and fund it. But even that, like, once that's done, if a few months, 2-3 months to collect all the money, if it is successful as a GoFundMe, if I get enough money, I don't feel like I'm currently in a place where I can mentally and physically put that book together. So I might have to leave that until the start of next year, a few months, and that should be okay. Also, money's a bit at the moment, and I am a little bit worried that I'd get all that money and spend it all on rent and bills and some other stuff I've got that I have to take care of. And then I'd have none left for the book, and I'd feel very silly, and that's like stealing people's money in a way, which I'm okay with stealing from, corporations, but not from just people. Oh, anyway. What else? Oh, Zilla. That was for the page in the Zilla comic, wherever it is. For the Mickey, Dignity, Justice, Fairness, Heads on a Wall, because there's the bit where Mickey denies them the Hulk, and he's got his head. I was going to have Mickey like sat at a desk in a big expensive office, and then on the wall behind him would be 3 random heads, and under each head would be labelled Dignity, Justice and Fairness, like they're killing, Disney is killing Dignity, Justice and Fairness. But I thought that was a bit too like, oh, they're killing Dignity, Justice and Fairness, a bit hoity-toity, a bit bourgeoisie. So I made it more like representational of what's actually going on, that the corporation killing other corporations are absorbing and destroying, the Simpsons, Marvel, Star Wars. It's an idea. That's what happens. You write ideas. Small joys. Finding more pics of random nude model. I've gone over that one. That's a truth in life. Mismatched crossovers. I've mentioned that one about the random paintings of people with the David Bowie stripes on their face for no reason whatsoever. I'm quite congested again today. I apologise if I sniff a lot. Neck face. Keep old shit until it's finished. Just go with it. That's very true. I don't know if I brought that one up, where almost every artist has the thing where they get halfway through a piece and they think, this is shit. This looks shit. This isn't working out how I want. I should give up and not bother. And 9 times out of 10, with those pieces, if you put the time in, you finish the piece, you realise, oh, okay, now it actually looks good. And I saw Neckface say that in an interview, so I was like, hey, it's a thought I've already had. Neckface isn't that original, come on. But it gives it legitimacy when there's, someone of some standing culturally that says the thing. Flesh Bob No Pants song. I was going to... I'm just going to blow my nose. I've been like holding a finger to my nose for the past couple of minutes, trying not to have snot drip into my moustache. I think if I do the Flesh Bob book as part of the release of that, I'll make a little video showing it off. And I was going to do like a parody song of SpongeBob SquarePants, but it would be Flesh Bob No Pants, Flesh Bob No Pants. But I had the lyrics in my head. There's the things I should be writing down that I just don't. And it was like, who lives in the dark places inside of your mind. Flesh Bob, no pants. Who murders and kills and laughs all the time. Flesh Bob, no pants. If murder and violence is something you wish. Flesh Bob, no pants. Then murder your family, burn them all down. Flesh Bob, no pants. Flesh Bob, no pants. You get it. Chocolate orange flavours. My best favourite flavour of everything. A dear friend of mine, the one I painted recently, who I hadn't talked to in 13 years, recently she got me a little birthday package of stuff, all chocolate orange flavoured. That was lovely. Future Gun Viking books. I have ideas for those. I think we've seen 24-hour Gun Viking. First person comic. That's an idea I thought of. With a question mark, because I was wondering, is that a thing? Has anyone done a first person comic? Would it be worth doing a first person comic? Possibly not. Wherein you don't see the protagonist or whatever. It's all shot in first person. So you see hands doing things in different places, different angles and such. Maybe there's a reveal at the end to show what it is or who it is or whatever. I've literally no idea for story, characters, context, anything. The only thought I had was first person comic. Because there's a couple of first person films, Hardcore Henry, Maniac, the remake of Maniac with Elijah Wood, which is a very, very good film. And Hardcore Henry is a very, very good film for what it is as well. Obviously, video games are whatever. But I did wonder, has a first-person comic book been made? If not, maybe I'll fucking jump on that shit. Zilla Survivors, I mentioned that. That's something I'd like to do in the future. 24-hour comic challenge. Oh, that's an idea. Maybe I'll do that. Demons, that's the idea I had originally. Obviously, I didn't go with that. I went with Mr. the Viking. Jesus, Creasus, where'd you get those peases? I did that for an intro. Casual Thulu. That was a drawing I did. You saw it. It was in a podcast. That's what I drew in a fucking podcast. A blank one. Oh, what can we do? Should we get a new... What's a funny idea we can come up with right now? Let's generate an hilarious idea. Babies are always good, so let's go with baby something. Baby something. Baby... No. The first words in my head were all genital based. Let's not go there. Baby vulva. No. Baby labia. Baby cunt. Baby bacon. Question mark. Just an idea. Let's not get ahead of ourselves. I might use that as the thumbnail. Baby bacon. Baby bacon? What an absurd idea. Into the notes book it goes. Look at that. All these notes. Wouldn't it be good to look back on this in, years and years and go, wow, look at all these ingenious ideas. Like, hey, that's the Zilla thing. And who's he, that guy? Cow alien women footers. Oh, I do need to do some of that, actually. Screaming hand, but flesh bob. I drew a little drawing of that. Ewan untitled. Hey, that's the thing you're watching. I did it. It's cool to see some of these ideas just stayed as dumb ideas because it's just like, what? Silent podcast. Why bother? Edgar Allan Poe. Poo balls. But then some of them, Gun Viking, Four Arms, Spider Magic. Have you seen the 24-hour comic? It's currently being printed. Hopefully in a couple of weeks that'll be for sale. So everyone better fucking buy that comic because it's fucking good. Frankenstein, Hulk, that's a good idea. I still need to do. Gun Viking Doom, I believe I drew one of those. I don't know, whatever. Anyway, hey, let's all get a penis. Let me just have a little sip of my drinky poos. Oh, let's take a look at it. art book. Ugh. Hey, have you seen this? Oh, come on now. It'd be a little bit egotistical of me to just look at my own art. Hey, let's look at an art book. My art. So instead, let's look at my art. This is Zach Ridley. You know, that guy. But it's not the intergalactic adventures of Zach Ridley. This is Zach Ridley, Livraison Intergalactique. It was translated into French. Really, really randomly. And I don't know who by or how. I think I visited the website. I went onto weta.net and it came up with this just big red bar across the screen that said, no, you can't. And I was just like, whoa. So I think I've got the screenshot of that. I'll put it up if I have. I was trying to find information on this. I guess I could type all of this out into a fucking Google Translate or whatever. Michael Collins translates stuff. DC Comics, Batman, Superman, Flash, Wonder Woman, Babylon 5, Doctor Who. Something 2000 AD. So maybe that's what he does. He like translates stuff. I don't know. The writer Ian, he doesn't know. I think he sent me a little image of this years ago and was like, it's been translated into French. I don't know who by or why or how, but it has been. But here's the thing. I really like this book. For as far as the first book of Zach Ridley goes, as I've said before, I like a handful of pieces of the artwork in here. But the book as a whole, I'm not that happy with. I'd like to go back and change it all. But in terms of format, I really prefer this book to the officially published titles. What they've done is they've made the actual book itself. Wait there. I'll be right back. I should have had this prepared better, but I didn't. So originally it came out in hardback with a slipcover, and it's it's whatever. It's a very, very crisp, clear printed artwork, which is very, very cool. I'm very happy with that. The artwork came out really nice. However, my issue with this is the actual physical makeup of the book. Normally, hardback books, it's paper stitched in the middle, folded, and then glued into a spine. Whereas this, all the paper is just stacked and glued into the spine. So if you open it too wide, the pages sort of come away from the binding pretty easily, so the whole thing can fall apart, which is something I've noticed with a couple of copies that I've got. Because it's not stitched at all, it's all just pushed and glued. So the pages come out very easily, which is not great for a book, really. I'm not digging at the publishers, I'm just saying that is a thing I noticed with how the books are printed. It did come out in paperback, which I was really, really glad about, because it's a lot more, a little bit more comfortable graphic novel feeling, which is cool. The binding is standard paperback binding, so you can open it, it doesn't fall apart. However, I did notice the printing is not as good quality, like it all looks a bit faded, if you can see. Let's find a page. Let's find a page I don't mind staring at for ages. You can see the colours, there you go, the pages are coming out right in front of our eyes. The colours are just a lot richer, a lot more crisp in this copy. I assume that shows on camera, I hope it does. That page has come out, cool, well, it proves my point at least, doesn't it? So I was a little bit annoyed at that I was glad to have it in paperback, but the colours look all washed out and faded, almost like there's a sheet of tracing paper over them, which it is what it is. I'm not complaining. I'm just saying I was a little bit annoyed. Then this thing comes out, and this, I only bought this recently because I was Googling Zach Ridley or searching it on Amazon because this had come out, which I was very, very glad about. Really like the quality of this. This is really, really good. And then I saw this and I was like, oh shit, yeah, the French version, where they put in new text, their own text, and it's like neon 80s kind of thing. And they added some sort of like neon glow to this image here as well, which is quite cool. And it said the last one in stock, and it was like £3. So I thought, how can I not? Like, it would be silly of me not to get that. So they made it, it's a little bit wider, as you can see, which I like. It's almost the exact dimensions I love for like my sketchbooks and stuff, where I cut the top of my A4 sketchbooks so they're a bit shorter and wider. I love that. I love the dimensions of it. The cover has some like almost soft kind of texture to it. And so I don't know if they just took like the digital, because all of the comics are available digitally. So I don't know if they took those and adapted them, or they somehow had access through the publisher to the original artwork, or what. But they've got all the artwork, and they've upped the contrast. So even in the original printing of it, there's certain pages that like came out a bit dark and stuff where I hadn't necessarily adjusted the contrast and brightness as much as I should have, which I still don't do to this day. But then they've upped the contrast and the brightness on every page, and it's not quite as crisp as the original hardback publishing, but I really like the quality of it. This is my favourite edition, I think, of the book, which is really quite funny. But it's all in French, so I ain't got a fucking clue what anyone's saying. Bravo, en route. Oui, Whitley, on sait qu'il est opton façu à les on étoger et voix. Vous risquez de vous faire l'udeur à nouveau, Miss Denan. She's Miss Denan, so they're talking to each other. Oui, monsieur, je comprends mais non. Je comprendes. Comprend? What's that? Yes, sir. I understand, sir. No. Yes, sir. Or something like that. Grah! I'm glad that didn't have to be translated. What more? Venez ici. Tout de suite. What's that? What more? Get in here. Quickly. Blimp. Le blimp. Toot toot. This is how I'd love the comic to be read. Because weirdly, all of the pages sort of fit this format better. I don't know, I guess I just drew them on A4 paper. I was going to say pages, paper. But a lot of them, like, I don't feel like that's been cropped. It's just, it fits this page almost perfectly. And I've looked through this a bunch of times at the artwork, and it almost makes me like the artwork more, being in this weird new format. And they've taken out, so in the original, I'll go through this to save more pages falling out. So I did like these chapter divider pieces of artwork. They've taken those out. This one, I'll keep my finger in this one because that'll be relevant. And that one, and that one. Just little chapter divider things just to throw in there, why not? And then there was this drawing at the back which I did, which I liked. And then these few pages, which were just like some random adventure that I came up with, where they shoot, or they get scared by this alien and then shoot it, and it's dead, and then there's all these eyes around them, and then all these aliens, so they're running away, and then there's the sun, and the sun opens its mouth and it's big and nasty, and Zach falls in to this abyss, and he falls into this big flesh thing, and he comes out and he's a rabbit. What the fuck? And then there's all these red eyes behind him, and there's the big monster, and there's rabbit Zach. I don't know. It was just a bit of fun, I thought, just my own little thing to add into the back. Why not? Zach Ridley, The Further Adventures. Just a little thing. They took that out. So they've taken out everything extra and just kept in just the story. But they really put effort in, because that is this. So they actively took this image, cut the guy out, added in some like neon effects on it like they did on the front cover, and then used that for the back cover. So they didn't just copy and paste everything, translate it in French. They actually put the effort in to make a book. I've no clue. This is the only one left, so they must have sold however many they had available. God knows who fucking has these books. I'd love to know if there's a bunch of French people out there that have these and maybe even like them. I don't know. I really like this bit, actually. This is one of my favourite bits. And again, as I've said before, colours were very important to me in this. So they're in like an orange space station and everything's orange here. And then like different areas have different colour schemes, which is very cool. I think it's very cool. And so this is another orange scene. They're in a different orange space station because that's the only colour I can use, apparently. So she's walked off on her own to get away from the other two, and she goes down this alleyway within a space station, and it's a dead end, and it says dead end on the wall. That's quite funny. Piles of boxes and graffiti and stuff. And then this guy shows up, this bounty hunter, this guy, and he's pointing a gun at her, and he's like, je regrette simplement de ne pas avoir à flinguer ces idiotes avec vous. He's like that. Ouais, bref, c'est sympa de causa, mais j'ai du taf à toi, Millet de Nan. What's that? Goodbye, Mr. Nan. Blam! Oh no, he shot her in the fucking face. No, he didn't. Adieu, du con. He got shot in the back and he's bent over. You can't quite see exactly what's going on, but that's like his gun, and he's been shot in the back with smoke coming out. And Zach Ridley's like, ha, gotcha, you bastard. That's quite a neat little thing. I like the colours. See, in the shadow, it's all purples and blues with the orange contrasting behind them. See, I don't hate all the artwork. Some of it I like. And this bit, they were grey in the original, but they look quite blue in this version. Just in this panel, just because why not? Fuck it. Do what I want. Fuck you. I won't do what you tell me then. There's the thing. That's quite a cool double page spread. I used actual copper paint for the cityscape there. I like this bit as well, where they're covering themselves up in these coats or whatever to hide amongst the people. Like a little flying lizard. Oh. And Zach's coat is just like a cone. He's just like a little triangle man with arms and legs. I just thought that was quite a fun little bit. Oh, look, she's so sexy in her dress. Not brilliantly painted. Trying to be about 3 different artists at once. Point is, I really like this book. I kind of wish the original was printed in this manner. I like it. It's pretty cool, man. And I like having it that it's another thing to the collection. Plus, it's kind of weird to me that, in general, if I mention Zach Ridley to people, they go, I get questions sent to me like, what the fuck is Zach Ridley? What is that? And I tell them, it's this sci-fi graphic novel. It's not really well known. It's a sci-fi graphic novel that's been printed hardback, as well as paperback, as well as the first issue that was released on its own as like a publicity thing, just to whet people's appetites. The first page of the Further Adventures. Really, really crisp printing in that. I really do like that. And then it was translated into French, and now the first issue of the second book has been released. And hopefully I'll get the rest of the art done for that sometime soon. So it's like, it's an unknown little fucking nothing British sci-fi story, but it's these are all individual publications of it, which is bizarre, but really cool, I think. I think that's cool. That's just me. What the fuck do I bloody know? Oh, snot dripping out my face. I'm a massive cunt. Hey, have you seen this? Oh, wow. It's, wait, is this the right... No, I was going to use... Have you seen this? This is my comic. This one's being sent to... Danjo! Have you played Comic Zone on the Sega Mega Drive? There's those, like, monk guys. They don't actually say Danjo, but it sounds like they're saying Danjo. Danjo, you commented on the thing in my Patreon page. You've won a comic, but you did not win the deputy. I'm going to sign it, whether you like it or not. I don't usually like signing things. I find it a bit pretentious, but fuck it. Now the comic has my stupid name on it, and it's coming your way. There's stickers in there, a couple of little sticky sticks. Fuck it, I'll throw in a fucking get one. A flesh bob as well. Cool. Send me a message. Let me know your address. I'll pop this in an envelope for men. And then I'll pop your address on there and fucking seal it up. It's good to go. You won the raffle. I was going to give something else. Oh, fuck. I fucked it, didn't I? Shit. See, with this... I ordered one online just because I hoped it would arrive quicker. I ordered it on Amazon, and they usually send their stuff pretty quick. But I haven't received it yet, so I've got 3 copies of this from the publisher, which I want to keep hold of. But then I was going to give away my other copy because I figured why not. But it hasn't arrived yet, so I don't want to give away one of these copies just in case. So I might have to wait until next week. Do I have anything else I can give away right now? Fuck. God fucking damn it. I don't know. I'm ill prepared. I apologise. I might have to leave the raffle until next week again. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. This is very much TBC or D, to be confirmed or to be determined. I may well give away a copy of this next week if my other copy arrives. So leave a comment and stuff anyway, and I'll pick a winner. And if this hasn't arrived, I'll give some other shit away. I'll find something to give away. It might be a surprise raffle. You could win something, but you might win a copy of this. And it's really cool. It's a cool little comic. It's got my newest Zach Ridley artwork in. It's got that little 6-page prequel I did leading into this. See, because they're fucking picking up the medical supplies, which they then deliver at the start. They're the medical supplies. It's the same crate. They're delivering it to this guy. And then, spoiler warning. I'm about to spoil it for you. It's guns. Oh no. Noirgi, t'es mort. You're dead. I think that's what that means. Zach, my friend, on peut supprimer, essayer d'essayer, trouver un deal. J'en ai gagnon. Que c'est que t'as, mon frère? La truc de suis? No dear little, Liana m'a après du tronc dans la vie. Et la seconde était de ne jamais croire un spatelion. Man, oh man. So yeah, you could win a copy of that. Maybe you couldn't. Who knows? Earlier, I mentioned a little something. Penis, penis in my mouth. Comic, seeing adult magazines as a kid, running home to draw them. That is something I'm developing. I'm going to do a little, I figured 10 panel comic, because then I could put them on Instagram as a swipe through thing. Wherein this is, I'll title it like, I think I'm going to do the title like this. Something like this. I'll try to make it look better, or I might just pick one of the words. That's right, like this. A hero/villain origin story. It'd be like Ewan. A hero/villain origin story. So this is like the origin of Ewan being a perverted, disgusting, porn-obsessed creep who draws nude women all the time. So the story is, these are very rough thumbnails. I'm sure you get the idea. So this is young Ewan, circa 1995, about 7 or 8 years old. In a shop, standing in a shop, there's like candy and stuff behind him. And here he's got like many arms and he's grabbing candy. And it says candy, candy, candy. He's just grabbing candy. I've excised this panel and this panel. I found them unnecessary, and that brings the number to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Perfect. Grabbing candy. And then suddenly he pauses and looks up, and he's like, what's that? So this is his head from behind, looking up, shadowed, and he sees the magazines on the top shelf of the newsagents. And those magazines are nudie magazines. See, these are tits with women with tits. And it's like Razzle, that's one of the names I remember. And then, like Big Boob Monthly or whatever. Women Ass magazine. I'd see those and my face would be like, oh my God, he looks a little bit stoned actually. Oh my God, drooling slightly. And then this is shirt and shorts, sort of crotch area, and there's a little bell here, a little bell ringing, ding-a-ling-a-ling. And then little Ewan rushing home with a little boy boner. And then this is him kneeling on the floor. These are his arms, his body, like kneeling on the floor, his little face, scribbling away, pen in hand, papers all over the floor. And then this is like over his shoulder, his head, his hand with a pencil in it, drawing all manner of boobs, women with boobs. Not great drawings. The drawings will look, something like lips like this. For all I could sort of remember as an 8-year-old boy. Just drawing loads of shit like that. That's the the little origin story, and that's a true story. That's what would actually happen. I'd go to the newsagents, the corner stores, to buy candy, and on the top shelf, I assume they have it in other countries, I don't know, but here, definitely, on the top shelves, because you'd have like motorcycle and football magazines and video game magazines and stuff, and then the top shelf was adult magazines, the porno mags. And the front covers, they'd keep like nipples covered, but you could see so much of the women's bodies. And I'd see those and just be like stars in my eyes, just enamoured, fucking like, oh my God, I was aware of this stuff, but to actually see it, that's like, this is before the internet was a thing, really, I didn't have access to any of that shit, especially at 8 years old. And then I'd have my little boy boner, I'd fucking rush home and try and recreate all this shit, draw it. I used to draw like this, I'd draw series like that 8 times, but then it would be like a woman with a shirt and a skirt and shoes, or like fully clothed, and then the next one would be the woman with like the same but just a bra and a skirt, and then in just her underwear, and then no bra but pants on, and then just completely naked. I draw shit like that all the time. So that's that one, and then that might be Ewan Hero Villain Origin Story Part 1. Ewan, not 2, you fucking dingus. Because then Part 2, Rot 2, idiot, would be, I think, being a bit older and finding, or watching The Simpsons a lot, and then just seeing Marge and just being like, oh, and then drawing loads of like Marge and Simpsons porn and stuff when I was about sort of 16, 17, or 15, 16, 17, yeah. And then there'll be a part 3 of like, I guess not so much the origin story, but part 3 would be like nowadays when I'm like, oh, fucking, draw all the tits and all the asses. So it's very, 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 very roughly got a few of these sort of boxed out, ready to draw a bit neater. And there's little Ewan. Whenever I draw these characters, I draw like the head like this, and I like drawing ears, like on Mr. Ridley. I like drawing the big ears. Ears don't stick out like that, that's silly. But I've actually got very small ears. So when it comes to drawing me, I've got to be careful not to put too much emphasis on the ears, because my ears are actually pretty small. Which was pointed out by a friend of mine at university, who would sit next to me in lectures all the time, and she one day went, "You've got really small ears." And my world changed on that day. That's my actual origin story. That's when I really decided I want to destroy the planet and everyone on it. The day I was told I have small ears. Little Ewan in his giant t-shirts and shorts. That's my summer wear. And this isn't one of those comics I'm going to put real effort into making everything like super realistic and stuff. It's just a silly little fun thing. Just Ewan in a shop. And the hair is whatever. That's not really accurate to what my hair looked like back then, but it's fucking whatever. It's just a silly little comic, isn't it? Oh, look how cute little Ewan was before, life happened, aging and the downfall of society as we know it. I'm not going to draw like shoes, just shapes. Give them laces, I guess. Socks, maybe. Little shadows. Oh, here's a quick thing that was going to be in the little shadows drawing tutorial that it was in one of my notes. Is where the best way to make objects look solid is to focus on how they interact with objects around them. So if you've got something on a table, if you draw a cup on a table, like that's a cup and it's on a table, okay, whatever. But if you want to make it look more solid, the best way to do that is to work on its interaction with the table. So you want to minimize the ink line in where it meets the table and add shadows around that. So here, maybe leave just a bit of a gap there and then add a little bit of shadow here and here if it's on the table. Yeah? See, because that's a cup on a table, sure, but that's a cup that's actually like on the table. A little bit of shadow, give it a little bit of whatever. Shadow there. See, a little gap here where it's utmost point of joining the table. And there's a really good example. There's a guy called Simon Davis who did that. Was it Thistleback, that comic I showed his painting? And he's done Slain. I've shown his paintings. He's done this painting of a woman with her arms sort of covering her body. And he uses that perfectly, where he puts all the little shadows in just the little sort of indents here and there perfectly to show the arms clasping the body. And so I am going to do a tutorial on that in the book, and a video tutorial where, like, if you draw hands clasping, if you just draw the line work, you can see they are two hands clasping. But then if you minimize the line between this finger and this bit of the hand, and then accentuate the shadow like here, it really gives a deeper sense of the two hands really sort of molding into each other, really holding each other. Which is something I've picked up, and it's something I've never seen anybody mention in terms of how to draw things accurately. I've never seen that given as an example of this is a good way of something to focus on to, make your drawings more effective. So I'm giving you that information here now for free, like a chump. I should be charging you a lot of money for that shit. But look, that's what I did with that foot. So you minimise the lines between it and the thing it's connecting with, accentuate the shadows around it, and that will pulls the surfaces together, yeah? Or something, I don't know. Actually, I do know. I know exactly what I'm talking about. I can say, well, I don't know. You figure it out. You make it work. Actually, I do know. Fuck you. I'm smart with this shit. I actually think about it. I don't just draw. I just go, doodle. Oh, do a little doodle. Oh. No, I actually fucking put some thought behind this shit sometimes, yeah? I say a lot of silly things. I say baby cunt, baby vaginas, little baby penises in my mouth on a regular basis. I hope nobody finds those photos. But I also fucking think seriously about my drawings and shit. Because that's all I've got in my life. So I better at least put some fucking effort into it. These are like Mars bars and shit. These are the candy shells. So now, with just in regards to like this comic specifically, I'm wondering. I want to put the title in. I want to have like Ewan, a villain / hero origin story, part 1, and then underline and be like 1995. In the store, in a store, in a store, in the store, in the shops, at the shops, that might work. 1995, at the shops. Maybe I'll just put on his shirt, little Ewan, just so you're aware that this is a little Ewan at the shops in 1995. Grabbing all the candies like a maniac, like he wishes he was grabbing a bunch of tits or something. But he's only 8 years old, so maybe best not be doing that shit. Even at that young age, I was aware of boobs and stuff. I don't know how exactly, but I think, growing up in poor sort of council housing areas, people run around swearing, talking about sex and stuff. The older bad kids, so you sort of happen to find out about that kind of shit quite a lot. I don't know. That's my excuse anyway. Fucking whatever. These are newspapers. They have those right by the ground. Nice and easy for the old people to get to, I guess. They walk in the morning, stumble through their door with their stupid walking sticks because they're all old and enfeebled. Worthless old people. We should let them die of COVID. Fuck them. What are they doing? What are they contributing to society? Fucking nothing. That's what. Worthless old fucking dust bags. Bunch of old cunts. Hey. I'm in my 30s. I don't say that to be like, I'm old, I'm one of them. I say that to be like, I should know better. Am I really sitting here calling old people a bunch of cunts? Yes. Yes, I am. Fuck them. I don't give a shit. Do-do-do. Candy, 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 candy. And these are like the bags of candies that hang up. Skittles and your fucking Haribos, Maltesers and shit. Bunch of shit. Whole bunch of shit. What a bunch of sugary shit. Oh, little Ewan in a candy store. Ooh, 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 ooh. And this is a bit of an awkward angle to draw from. This is where he's grabbing all the candies. Ba-da-ba-ba. Size of those sleeves. My giant ass shirts I'd wear. I don't think I was wearing giant clothes exactly at this age, but it's an easy sort of indicator of age. Slightly bigger head, enormous clothes, little hands and feet. It makes them look younger, doesn't it? It's an easy sort of visual indicator. All these art tips you're getting, Jesus! I should be charging money for this, which I guess in a way I am if you're watching this on Patreon just after it's been uploaded. Oh, here's a note, an interesting thing that you probably won't be aware of if you're just watching this on the Friday or later. Normally, as I've said many times, I record this on the Thursday before the Friday, before I upload it. However, today is currently Wednesday afternoon. That's a bit weird, Ewan. Don't you normally record your podcast on a Thursday? Yes, actually, I do. I'm glad you paid attention to that and that you know something like that. It's Wednesday afternoon currently because I have an engagement on Thursday. Well, not really an engagement. Tomorrow, Thursday, about 11 o'clock, I'm officially getting a vasectomy. It's actually happening. I got confirmation a few weeks ago, or a couple of months ago maybe, and it's going down. It's all going down tomorrow. I'm officially getting the snip. No fucking babies for me, except for the ones whose penises are put in my mouth. Yeah, that's a thing. That's happening, which is cool. I'm glad. I mentioned I've wanted one since I was about this age, or just a little bit older. So I'm very, very glad to be doing that. So that's a thing. That's something. Originally, when I was told I could get one, I was told the date's available. The first date was a couple of days before my birthday, before the 24-hour comic. And I said, nah, maybe I don't want to just be icing my balls on my birthday, so maybe a bit after that. And then the second date they said, okay, well, the next available is the 16th. And I was like, sounds good to me. Didn't realise at the time that was a Thursday. That's my podcasting day. I shouldn't be doing shit on my podcasting day. In general, if someone says, are you free Thursday for a thing? I say, no, that's my podcasting day. Obviously, the actual podcast itself takes about an hour or so to record, an hour or so to sort of, do the little edits and process the video, then to start uploading it. And uploading it can take hours and hours, which I don't need to be here for, but, I like to be, in case something fucks up, if my computer decides to fucking restart itself or to update, I like to be here to fix that and make sure the video is still uploading or whatever. And, just have it as a day where it's a set day. Thursdays, podcast day. Whatever else happens, Thursday's podcast day. So I should have said, no, I can't have it then. It's my bar. But I did figure, well, I'll just record it on the Wednesday and it doesn't matter. The end. So, if you are watching this on the Friday, you can picture me at home with a bag of frozen peas on my crotch, covering my balls after they've been sliced open and snipped, because I got a vasectomy. By the time you're watching this, I would have had a vasectomy, which is something. Maybe the next episode would be all about that. That would be quite a good thumbnail. Vasectomy. I got a vasectomy. Here's some information about it. I have some information about it. I was given a few sort of notes and things. I've got to wear tight underwear afterwards, at least, on the way home. I guess to hold everything in place so it's not flapping around. Be very careful to wash beforehand. Make sure to minimise the risk of infection, which, is completely understandable because I don't want an infected ball bag, really. It wouldn't be ideal, would it? And then, then I've got to wait officially so I know 100% if it was effective or not, because there is a small chance it won't be effective. 16 weeks and at least 30 ejaculations, which, the 30 ejaculations, I'll knock those out in a couple of days, easy. But I've got to wait 16 weeks and then send them a sample of my cum so they can test it and get back to me and be like, there are officially no babies in your jizzy jizz, Ewan. Go and spread your seed, your infertile, sterile seed. Spread it around as much as you like. No babies are coming out of your dick. And that'll be good. And then, so 16 weeks is 4 months. So that's October, November, January, December, January, which is, not that I'm planning on having a crazy amount of sex between now and then, but it's a little ways to wait, isn't it? But still, it's something. I'm doing a thing. It's something I've wanted for a long, long time, and I've finally gotten around to putting some kind of effort into actually making it happen. So that's cool. Oh, look, he's grabbing all the candies. Candy. Little Ewan grabbing the candy like a fucking little boss bitch before he gets his little boy boner. So you can see here, he's grabbing all the candies. Here, he's paused and he's looking upwards. I don't know if you can see that on camera, can you? Maybe a little bit. And then here is the back of his head looking up as he sees the top row of magazines. And then the next panel will be the magazines. That'll be a fun one to draw. I might focus on getting this done this afternoon. Put that up on Instagram in the next day or two. Leave a comment. Maybe win this. Maybe don't. Who knows? And I'm going to go and get nervous about having my ball sack sliced open. Oh, yay.